Hello and welcome to Arcanine Rides. As promised, here's my range test for the Varla Eagle One Pro, and I also wanted to give you a little update on the scooter. First off, just a couple days after I posted my first impressions video, Varla released two other versions of the Eagle One Pro, another blue model and a red model, both with upgraded hydraulic brakes. Varla didn't make me aware that this was going to be happening, but I am glad to see it, especially because one of my largest reservations about the scooter was the mechanical brakes. It also appears that there's no difference in price between the mechanical and hydraulic brake versions of the scooter, and there doesn't appear to be any difference between the red and blue versions other than color. The hydraulic brakes are Zoom brand brakes in the pictures on Varla's website, which is a little disappointing. I was hoping for nut brakes at this price point, but I still would prefer the hydraulic brakes over mechanical brakes, even with how decent the mechanical brakes are. After riding with these brakes and bedding them in, I can say they're not as bad as I initially made them out to be, but I prefer hydraulic brakes not only for their stopping power, but also for their convenience. While a brake bleed is required on hydraulic brakes about every 6 months to keep them running well, the general day-to-day maintenance is so much lower than mechanical brakes, with mechanical brakes requiring adjustment every couple days, especially during the first few weeks of using them. Hydraulic brakes also feel better to use and are more sensitive, capable of very powerful quick braking in case of emergencies. As I understand it, the ABS braking option is only available with hydraulic brakes as well. I've come to love the ABS braking on my Dualtron Victor, and I never ride without it. I feel much safer braking from high speed than in case of emergencies. In my opinion, that is another huge reason to get the hydraulic brake version over this version. I'm still consistently encountering the vibration of the front wheel at speeds over 40 miles an hour. The more I ride, the more I feel confident that it is the suspension causing it. I think swapping to suspension with rebound control would help the vibration issue and the general ride quality, especially for off-road riding. One of you guys also left a comment that suggested looking at the suspension bolts to make sure they aren't bent because that could be causing the vibration. I'll take apart the suspension here in the next little bit to see if there are any issues, and we'll look to upgrade to air suspension in the future. When I do upgrade, I will post an update on the channel. I would also like to swap to off-road tires like I did on the original Eagle One, so there might be some off-road content coming in the future. Now to the range test. As always, I'm testing in the highest speed mode, which in this scooter's case is Mode 3 dual motor mode, to give you guys the minimum range that this scooter can do. All P settings are on default, including the speedometer, so the speed on the display that you see is actually kilometers per hour instead of miles an hour. I've included a portion of my actual test if you want to relax and enjoy some ride footage on the scooter, and then when you're ready, you can jump to this timestamp to see the results and a recap. Enjoy! about 50% battery, and we are 9 miles in, so it's looking to be about a 18 to 20 mile range if the battery on here, or if the battery display on here is correct. It fluctuates all over the place though, and like as I sit here, the percentage will go back up, and when I'm riding, it'll drop down to 20%. So I'm not sure how accurate it is, but the plan is to try and be back home around 20 miles so that if it does die around there, I don't have to walk it all the way home, or at least a long distance home. Man, the suspension is so chunky, man. It does not do potholes very well. It just absolutely rebounds like a trampoline. I mean, it's so chunky, bro. Ugh. Alright, here's the real hill test. This hill has stopped many a scooter, so I think it should be fine. There's no reason why it shouldn't be fine. Yeah, easy. That was the steepest part. Surprisingly, there's only like 3 scooters I've ever tested than this one that have made it up that hill. It's by far the steepest grade in the area. Even dual motor scooters like the Pegasus and the Mantis 8 struggled on that hill. Give it a little bit more of an off-road test here. I would actually love to go off-road tires on this thing and maybe some air suspension. I just kind of need to know what my options are and what will fit this scooter. I'm not too well versed in scooter air suspension options, so I just need to go Alibaba or AliExpress or what the dealio is. Something with some rebound control so I could tune it for off-road riding. I'm also curious what the process for getting these tires off and putting off-road on. I'm curious if I have to order, like, I don't know, is it a split hub? Would the tire just come back right off? Would the tire be connected to the rim still? Would I have to buy like a rim tire combo? Would I need to get car levers? You know, car tire levers to pry the thing off? I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, listen to how much that suspension rattles. It's bouncing all over the place. Oh, yeah, not a comfortable ride at all off-road. I would much rather take the Eagle One, the regular Eagle One, than this thing off-road. At least how it is right now. Okay, now when I gun it, when I go flat out with the throttle, I get a flashing empty battery sign. So I know when it's accelerating it drops really low, but makes me a little nervous. I'm gonna start heading back towards my house then. Oh, yep, there it goes. So the scooter's slowing down finally. Alright, so I'm a couple miles from home, so see if I can milk a couple last miles out of it. But yeah, saw a pretty steep drop off in top speed there. So actually I'm going to stop for a second and note the distance I've gone. So there's a speed drop off at 21.5 miles. Yet when I stopped riding, the battery went back up to 20%. Let me see the top speed now. Okay, I bet like the top speed jumped back up. So it looks like it's going to fluctuate based on, like, as soon as I stop, it gets a little juice back in it. Oh, there we go. Now it's slowed down again. Over here. Yeah, so fully floored. It does eventually start getting up into those higher speeds, but it takes quite a bit longer. It really plateaus around 40 kilometers an hour. And that last little bit of range, this is going to be perfect timing. Yeah, and as soon as I turn to go up, yeah, there's the okay, now the battery error is on the screen permanently. Yeah. Oh, motor's cut out for a second. Yeah, I mean, right about there. That's about E6 flashing on the screen, motor cuts out. That's about all you're gonna be able to do. So 22.6 miles. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. An hour and 15 minutes of riding in the max speed mode. 22 miles. That's like another like 6-7 miles over the Eagle One in its max speed mode.
Overall, I'm really happy with the range I got. It's a definite improvement over the base Eagle One, which was what I was looking for. You could switch this to single motor mode while keeping it in mode 3 to get good speed and drastically improve your range for long commutes and rides. I hope you enjoyed this ride, and let me know what else you want to see from this scooter down below in the comments. Leave a like, and I will see you in the next one.